welcome along and welcome back to Six Ashes. It's been a while since we've been here, but last time you might remember we got the horse area finished up. We got this nice new shelter, somewhere where we can put bales and let stuff feed from done. So we got one last bit of our yard to finish off. Now that this bit is all nicely developed and all looking good, we really need to finish this section off here. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be developing this. It's quite an interesting bit of yard because it sort of comes up from this gateway here and then over and then down into this corner. And I've tried a few different layouts for this, and no layout works without us really taking out this fence. So that is the first thing we're going to do. We're going to go along here and just take out all of these bits of fence here and get rid of it. We're going to replace it with a new fence in a bit, but this here is just, it would work if we didn't have this big curve and this big hill coming into here. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a nice big sort of flattened area to put our buildings on. So yes, and yes. And just take everything out from here up to the gateway. Now, last time we worked on here as well, this mod has been updated, the map object HUD hider, to be able to remove areas with doors. So I think we're going to be able to remove our top shed now as well, which changes my plans a little bit. Yeah, we want to hide that, and that should take us up to the gate. Perfect. So now that we've removed this, we're going to go into the landscape tool and we're going to create ourselves a flatter area up here that basically takes us from this gateway here and flattens us all the way out to here. We'll create a little bit of a raised bit in these corners, but that should be fine. I think we've got a gate post in there actually before we go and do that. Bottom corner, I think there is a gate post. Yes, there is. So we'll see if we can remove that as well. Yes. Oh, one of the nice things about the map object hider mod now is that it also allows you to bring stuff back. If it's something that you don't sell, then you can bring stuff back, which is just absolutely brilliant. Anyway, let's get into doing this landscaping. So we are here. We are going to flatten everything from this corner out. And the reason why I'm coming from this corner out is because this gateway is basically the area we want to bring stuff out from. And we're going to take it straight along here, and it's going to go down to this corner here, hopefully without encroaching into our field too much. So we'll bring this up and check. Absolutely. So we want the flatten tool. And we're just going to, and you can see it is doing a little bit of lowering as it goes into there. That is fine. But if we just take this along here, and you can see it's raising stuff as we get towards this corner now. But in general, the amount it drops isn't a huge amount coming into this corner. And then there. Right, that should do it. And then we want to come across here and bring, and you can see it's then beginning to drop as we go towards that corner. So what I'm trying to do is just sort of get this so that we're not dropping it too much all over the place. But at the same time, we want to be careful because ideally what I want to do actually is come off of this high point here if we can. Because if we can do that and then smooth that back corner out, we'll be better off. So we'll rise this up a little bit more. The thing we've got to be careful of is having too much variation in our... Oh, there we go. In our side along here, because we want this to sort of match what we've got further up around by our gate post, so that these fences here are a nice level set. Now that we've done this, I'm going to increase the size of this, and we're going to smooth this off just to make sure that everything we're doing here isn't too you know, massive and off the top. Also will help get rid of these bushes a bit. They're going to disappear when we put the fencing in as well. So there we go. That is our area that we're going to work with. And I want to put 3 sheds in on here. We want to put 1 to cover over this area here, which will be quite good. We're going to have a workshop shed sort of running down here, and then we're going to have some smaller sheds working down here. So let's head into our shed area and grab the first one. So this, I think, is under sheds. Yep. And I'm going to use one of these big bale sheds. This 2-sided bale shed, small. Fits rather nicely, I think, in this area here, like so. And I want to make sure that where we put it is at the low point. I think there is going to be my best place. So let's see. Yep, that is pretty much all on the level. So let's drop that there. And that should hopefully mean that this... You can see we've got a little bit of a raise here now. So when this closes, we're a little bit bumpy. And this is what I'm talking about in wanting to get this, so that this is nicely smoothed and drop down. So let's go back into our landscaping tool, and we're going to landscape this bit. We'll take it down to a fairly small bit, and we're just going to pull this along here like this. And you can see then that just means that we get that nicely like that. And then we want to, as we come down here, we're then going to just level this bit out a bit. So we increase the size of this and we smooth it out. And hopefully that then brings this area here and all of this nicely leveled out. Like so. There we go. Let's have a look at that. And yeah, there we are. And does our gate open nice and smoothly? Yes, it does. Love that. That is brilliant. So next is going to be, we want to get this bit here leveled out a bit. Get that done. And then we should be able to have a nice, flat, new fence going all the way along here. So we will go back into here, start landscaping, and just smooth this bit down here like that out, so that later on we can come in here and we should be able to then do that. So now we need to put our next shed in, which is going to be along the back. And the shed I want for this is this one. This is the maintenance building. It's only 3,500, which is brilliant, but should fit along this edge here, especially now that we've done all of this. Now it gives us enough space, just enough space to squeeze in to that far side there and get that. If we lower it a little bit, that looks pretty good there. And yeah, and so we'll put this in here. And one of the beauties of this building, it adds a workshop in for us down this end here, which is excellent. Gives a little bit more storage space, has a nice bit of storage here, and as you can see, we've got a nice wide area still to back a trailer into here and do that. So that's good. Also has this nice area at the end here that we can butt another building up against, and you can see here what we're working with along this back edge. We've got to be careful now to try and make sure we keep high, but not so close to the hedge that we end up putting the hedge into there. So let's grab ourselves the final building. And after lots of thought and experimentation, I'm going to go with this. This is the small easy shed one with 2 walls. So on the left, it's got a missing one there. This should still give us access. So bring it around like this. And this should still give us access to our workshop, which is the trouble I've found with lots of the other options I've got. I'm going to make it go fairly straight across here. Maybe even just pull it slightly back the other way and then place this here like so. There we go. So that should... Yeah, so still gives us access there. We've got a little bit of space here. We might even put a little shed there. And the hedge, you can see where we've placed it. It's pulled it a little bit, but we can smooth that out in a minute. Same for down here. We can smooth this, and we still have a good run for our fence to come along. So that's pretty cool. We even have space here. And what I think I'm going to put in that space is the very, very long awaited and very wanted pressure washer. We will put that down the side here. I think we might put a little bit of fencing across the back there as well before we go and smooth that out. So let's put the pressure washer there. I think will be good. Nothing else really that I think we can put there. We've got everything else. So let's go back. And we'll start putting some fences in here. I think this is under decoration. Yep. We even actually have a little bit of wool. So I'm going to put this short bit of stone wool across the back here, which will fill that in rather nicely. Yep. Make sure that we don't catch the back of there. So there, we've got a nice bit of stone wool along the back there. And then we want to start putting the fencing in along here. So... let's switch out of here, go back along, and we've got a fairly large bit of wooden fence here. If we put that on this end here, this might actually fill the whole gap. It does. That is pretty much perfect. Exactly what I'm looking for. So we'll do that. And we want to raise it up ever so slightly. So I'm going to bring it from here and we'll just raise. Yeah, that sits there fairly well. And place it. There we go. So we now have a nice bit of wall here that butts up to the side there. Really works quite well. And then, yeah, we've got this here as well that nicely goes along here. Now we need to smooth this lot out, clean this up, and put some concrete down, I think. So back into our landscaping tool. And from here, we're just going to make this quite large and just smooth all the way along here, just so that that all gets smoothed out. I'm then going to smooth this, hopefully not catching this field too much, because we will lose, oh yeah, we're going to lose a little bit of that field there. But that just sort of smooths that all out, brings that all down a little bit, and just makes that a little bit better. Smoothing all this out down the side here. We might go and replow that bottom corner. But we'll see. If I can drop actually this here a bit, that would be good. Now this is where things start going wrong. So let's just drop this corner a little bit, and you can see what I mean by things possibly starting to go wrong. And then we'll enlarge this and just smooth this section out along here in a with a smaller setup. And then up here, I want to just bring this and bring it back up. Ideally, we want to bring it back up to the edge here. Yeah. And then just smooth this out down here as much as we can. Just sort of bring it so that we've got a more even setup going down the side here. And we are in a position, looking at this, where we could extend this field out a little bit further along this edge here. Although obviously we have this this issue down the corner a little bit. Just gonna smooth this here. Hopefully that means that we wouldn't get too stuck if we were to put a tractor across this bottom bit. Yeah, I think this field probably needs rectifying and sorting a little bit going into this corner anyway. Right. And then again, I'm going to flatten going into this corner here, along there, along there, and along there. So that is all sorted. Right, then we need to do the same in this corner here. So this needs smoothing down. Get it nicely cleaned up. And that just then makes this all work that little bit better. And brings it all together. There we go. Right. Next, we need to change what we're doing. So that is X. Change landscaping mode. And now we need to get some concrete. Yeah, concrete. And then we can just concrete all over this yard. And just clean it up and make it all the same for that. And yeah, what a cracking little yard this is. This is going to be really useful. Gives us plenty of place to store trailers and implements. Gives us somewhere to upgrade our equipment if we want to. Just sort of generally is going to be a really great place for us to go going forwards. Like so. Bring this down this edge. Try and keep it fairly straight. Clear up that bit. And yeah, get rid of that there. Clear that up. We'll turn all this to concrete as well. Oh, that is... I'm very pleased with this. This is exactly what I wanted from this yard. Just sort of an area that we can go and we can put our stuff, and that it will all just work very, very nicely. Can't quite get into this corner with this, but that's okay. There we are. Right, shall we have a look at this and see what it's like? So we've got yeah, we've got this nice area going down here. We're pretty smooth going down into this corner. We'll be able to sort of extend our field out again. Nice and smooth coming up here. No grass really hidden away or anything. So that's all good. We've got a few lumps and bumps along here. I might try and smooth this out a little bit more. See if we can do that. But otherwise, yeah, this yard is really nice. I'm liking that a lot. Let's just smooth this corner out. See if we can get this to work a little bit better. So landscape this, and we'll take this right down, and then we will smooth out over here. We need to change what we're doing. There we go. Yeah, and then that will just smooth this area. I'm going to actually increase my brush strength. So this is something you need to be very careful of. If you increase your brush strength, then what you need to make sure is that before you go and do anything else, you then decrease it again, because otherwise what happens is you end up with a very large problem more often than not. That sort of, yeah, that will just smooth out round there rather nicely, and then we'll come up here and try and, yeah. So now I need to raise this bit, so we'll just reduce that back down, and we're just gonna raise this a little bit, you see. Right, there we go. And bring that out here, flatten that round there, and check that we're still good inside our shed. Yep, we're looking good. Just change mode, drop down, because we've got a little bit of green here. So clear that up. A little bit of green there. Perfect. Right, I'm happy with that. That is all good. Yeah, that is really nice. So we're going to stick with that there. Then I want to head up the top, and we're just going to go and clear up our other shed. So this shed here does have a few bits in it. In fact, we can't clear this up yet until we've moved this into the other shed. This is a pile of soybeans. So those are going to be sold at some point in the new year. So the next thing I need to do is get those transferred into our grain store down at the other farm, and do that. So, yeah, there's a little bit of work to do up there. We can put all our equipment back now. But now our rebuild is done. And you can see from here, actually, how our new farm looks. This, I can't believe how different this is to the original farm we had down here. Nice big shed over here. Great little shed at the back. That just, yeah, that is going to work wonderfully for us. Then down here we got our main shed here for all of our equipment, all of our tractor and everything. We've got some shed storage here. We've got somewhere where we can put some hay bales and things if we want. We just need to, oh yeah, we do just need to finish this area off. So let's bring this round here. Ground type round here. Now I think we've done mainly concrete around here as well. So yeah, we're going to do the same here. So just a little bit there. This bit across here. Get rid of the remains of this sand. We're going to leave the muddy bit just coming up to there. Get some more of that there. Just clear all this up. So that this can all be nicely covered in concrete. Spin us around a little bit, bring us into there. We could put, I do have a shed actually that might fit in here. We'll just have a look at that quickly as well. And that is this little metal shed here. Might be quite useful if it'll fit in this space. It does turn, good. Or is it? It's one of those bits that is gonna jut out a little bit, be built into, I think we'll essentially build the other shed into it a little bit. Can I get it in here? Oh, if I put it there, that might work. I think we're going to have a little bit of the other shed in it, but it should do us okay. It's a very close fit. Built a little bit into that shed, built a little bit into this one. But yeah, a good little storage space here, I think. I do quite like that. It could have done with being a little bit further over, but that's all right. They're just mixed in a little bit. So yeah, that's all good. I'm liking that a lot. That is our farmyard complete. 6 Ashes has its new yard. So yeah, there we go. That is where we're going to leave it for today. We will be back working on the farm for the last day of winter next time. For now though, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.